The American dream has been replaced. It's no more about the white picket fence and your children's playing in the front yard. The white picket fence is no more affordable.
Instead, a lot more people are subscribing to this idea of a life of the new rich, one that is filled with travel, freedom,
and exploration.
And in this video, we're gonna talk about why the American dream is in the decline and what you can do to copy the new rich. So let's get into it.
The classic American dream promised prosperity and stability.
And this dream has been pretty much synonymous with other Western countries such as Canada, USA, UK, Australia, etc. And it has been aspired by so many around the globe after it was promoted by multiple popular TV shows and movies. So effectively, it's the Western dream. But recent statistics paint a very different picture.
In the United States, the cost of living has increased by nearly 14% over the past 5 years, outpacing wage growth. Home ownership, once a cornerstone of the dream, is becoming unattainable for many, with median home prices rising by 23% over the same period. In the UK, the situation is similar, with property prices skyrocketing and rent costs consuming a large chunk of incomes.
Job security is also on the decline. With automation and outsourcing on the rise, redundancy is a looming threat, making it harder to build a stable career. All these challenges have led to many people questioning whether the American dream is still a viable option. Enter the new rich. This term was coined by Tim Ferriss in his famous book 4-Hour Workweek.
A book read by many people, and if you haven't read this book yet, I would highly recommend you to get your hands on it.
He made this concept very famous, the concept of living a life of freedom. And it's not all about just making money and working hard. It's about freedom of time, location, and money. Unlike the traditional model, these new rich, they actually generate a lot of their income online, enabling them to live anywhere around the world. And this opens up a life of freedom that is not shackled by any location and traditional employment.
Freedom of time, location, and money. What does it really mean?
In the core of it, it really means you having a lot more control about decisions around your life. It also means that you can actually, for the first time in your life, choose to do things that you've been passionate about, things that you've actually put on the side, and pursue different things that you don't actually have to do because you need to earn money out of that. Effectively, this lifestyle is not all about, working less, as the title of the book suggests. It's more about working efficiently and creating more time for yourself.
So freedom of locations means that you can literally be anywhere in the world that you choose, and the job that you're doing is not dictating you to be in one particular place. What does freedom of time means? Freedom of time means that you are your own boss. You dictate the rules. You don't have to follow the rules of your employer anymore. And what does freedom of money means? Freedom of money means that you don't have a ceiling as there is in a corporate role.
So you basically choose what is your rich life, how much money do you need, and you basically aim for that. One of the key strategies that the new rich use is called geo-arbitrage, or in other words, also known as currency hacking or location arbitrage. Effectively, what it means is that you earn in a currency that's stronger, such as the US dollars, and then you go and spend the money in a country that has a weaker currency, such as the Thai baht or the pesos. What it basically means that you have such a massive runway that you can explore and enjoy life at a much lower cost of living that would have usually been unaffordable in a lot of these Western countries.
To illustrate this concept, we have put in place this whole concept into action through creating our own adult gap year. Something that we haven't seen a lot of people doing, and as a result, we had to tailor it for ourselves the way we want it exactly. Now, what does that mean?
This is not your traditional gap year that people take after high school or college. Our gap year was more with a purpose. We wanted to create a freedom-based business, something that would allow us that freedom of time, money, and location into the future. future. So we saved extensively in our Australian dollars, and then we went and spent and lived in countries in Southeast Asia that reduced our living costs around 65%. While we didn't have to worry about, making an income in the early stages, it gave a really nice runway for both of us to full-time put all our effort into making this business a reality. Obviously, it doesn't guarantee any success, but what it actually does is gives us a higher probability to making this work as opposed to trying to do a side hustle on top of your day job.
Look, we are currently in our 10th month in this adult gap year. We are sitting and recording this video in here, Jakarta, in Indonesia. Had we decided to do this investment in business back in Sydney, Australia, the living cost would have been so high that it would have been impossible for us to sustain even a month, let alone 1 year. We are gonna complete our 1 year very soon, and the benefits that we saw doing this adult gap year, I don't think we can go back after this. So we are planning to continue and do a second gap year after this.
The result has been amazing. As you mentioned, we've learned new skills around content creation. We've become a lot more closer together as a family. Our daughter has gone to all these international preschools, and the growth in her has been amazing. And the most important thing, which is what we've always wanted, is to replace our corporate income and then look beyond. We are well on path towards achieving that.
Any change that you want to bring in your life, it cannot happen from a space of comfort. You need to think outside of the box and embrace a little bit of uneasiness, and you need to seek a little bit of discomfort for that big payoff. So does it mean that the American dream is dead for everyone? Of course not. It's not dead for everyone. There's a lot of people who are still looking forward to that American dream. But where we are at this stage of life, we don't look for the American dream anymore because we don't find any value in that.
What we basically mean is that our view of the world has changed, and we sort of subscribe more towards a life of freedom, and that's exactly what we're going for. If that's something that you're interested in, it means taking bold steps, being very disciplined, and planning for something that would set you up for life. We have created an ebook which is comprehensive and shows you how we designed this gap year to start you thinking about whether this is something you want to do. We'll link it for you in the description below.
We've done a video which talks about how we have implemented this currency hacking to extend our gap year. I'll link it over here so you can go and have a look, because if you enjoyed this video, that one will be beneficial for you too.
Hope you found this video valuable, and if you do, please do subscribe to our channel, because we continuously will be working towards making great content like this. That's all from us today, and we will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.